What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back on this Sunday morning where we're going to talk about Thiago Motta apparently being a massive risk for the club, and he actually hasn't even set foot at the Continassa, but that's what the media is kind of portraying a little bit, and fans are falling for it. That doesn't mean you can be skeptical on Thiago Motta as a coach. Will he succeed at Juve? Nobody knows. I don't know. I had other preferences. I'm gonna back him, and that's what the video is actually about. It's always a risk if you back a coach fully, unless you 100% believe in the coach, and that's what Giuntoli needs to do. Otherwise, it will become a massive risk. But before we do that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump straight into it. Okay, so where does this big risk talk come from? It's actually very simple. It comes from the Douglas Luiz signing. I've said, I think it was in April when I said it's not sure. Like, it feels like Allegri is gonna be sacked, but if you're not gonna sack Allegri, me personally, I said you need to back him. No matter who the coach is gonna be next season, you need to back him. Otherwise, you will go no place. The place you're going is the place we're in right now. You're just gonna stay in there, basically. That's the place you're gonna go at. If you don't back the coach, you need to help whoever is in charge. If it was Thiago Motta, if it was Conte, or if Allegri stayed on, you need to back the coach. And if the coach comes in and he's like, I need Colt Miners, I need Calafiori, I need Di Gregorio, I need this, I need this. The club needs to sit there and be like, okay, this is what we can give you, but this is not what we can give you. Figure it out right now. What do you want to do? Are you open to alternatives? Are you open if we cannot get you that player, but we can hand you this, and this player, or you can keep this player? That's how it works, but it needs to start from the coach. He needs to make it very clear to Giuntoli, this is what I need. I don't know, one person in the comments is going to moan about this. I'm not going to lie, I don't read out your comments fully because you never listen, basically. But the point is, I'm okay, no matter who the coach is, you're going to back him. Otherwise, it will flop. The Douglas Luiz story is basically the turning point for a lot of fans. Because, and I agree with that I don't think Douglas Luiz was the main talk. Like, if they talked since January, and let's say in May, they had talks and they were like, okay, this is what we want to do, I will bet you everything Douglas Luiz's name never came about. Never once. The Douglas Luiz story came when Monchi, phoned Giuntoli and said, are you interested in Douglas Luiz? And at that moment in time, I think Giuntoli was like, really? Douglas Luiz? Let me phone Thiago Motta. Do you want Douglas Luiz? Do you need Douglas Luiz? Can you use Douglas Luiz? If so, that's good, because financially, I'm clearing up the books right here. And don't throw the Alcon's filthy rich comments. He is, but it's never going to change. So we can sit here and say he can throw money at the club. It's not going to happen. So what's the point at this moment in time? I think he phoned Motta, said, do you rate Douglas Luiz? If so, for the club, it could be beneficial. And I think at that moment in time, Motta was like, I can definitely use him. What is the price? What do we need to give up? What will it hinder us doing other signings? Will it hinder us getting Colt Miners, who I want, or a Calafiori, who I want, or whatever, basically? And Giuntoli said no, but we need to give up Junior and McKennie. I think Motta was like, fine, I get the Junior thing out of contract, and the McKennie one, I don't really need McKennie, so good deal. Everybody was like, okay, smooth sailing. Junior, it's sad, but hey, nice. Then it flipped when McKennie said, I don't know what McKennie said, actually, but for some reason, he doesn't want to go to Aston Villa. It feels like he wants to sign for a free agent. As a free agent, still no idea how we think that's a good idea, but that's his problem. Personally, for us, financially, it's a big problem. It flipped when the Barnechea came into place. It flipped when all month long, we were being told that he actually likes Barnechea. And that's where people kind of flipped and were like, okay, now you're taking a big risk. You're moving too many future pawns too soon. You're taking kind of a big risk by backing Motta all the way. Now, again, I don't think Douglas Luiz was the main guy. But if Douglas Luiz is a player Thiago Motta wants, and even for Rabio, I don't like Rabio at 8 million. But if Motta is like, I need Rabio, make it work, then okay. Make it work, and you make it work with Rabio on the pitch. Otherwise, we will look at you. If it fails, we will, like, again, I don't care. I want to, no matter who the coach is, I want to win. I want Motta to win. But if Rabio stays on and it completely flops, I will look at Rabio, I will look at Thiago Motta, and I was like, you wanted him, you pushed Giuntoli to keep him, he did that, he's still rubbish, like he's not really contributing, so that's on you. That's not on Giuntoli, or maybe it's on Giuntoli, but that's not on Rabio, that's on you, because you said you were going to make it work. So that is a massive risk in itself. I don't think it's a risk in backing your new coach. Because if you don't back him, you're going no place. You're just going nowhere. This team is not talented enough for Giuntoli to just handpick a couple of players and chuck him in, and Motta or whoever the coach is makes it work. This is kind of ground zero. This is building from the ground up. There's nothing good left at this club right now. We don't defend well. We do nothing well. We don't keep the ball. We don't attack well. You know, we don't counter-attack well. Whatever. We don't have a system. We don't have anything that clearly works. A lot of change is needed. A lot of work is needed. And it's going to take some time. It's not going to kick off from August, was it 23, 15, our first game. It's not going to kick off from then and we go all over, run every team out of the building, out of the stadium. That's just not going to happen. I'm realistic about that. However, if you want to have a good chance for that to happen in the near future, you need to have the coach, the players he needs when it's possible. It needs to be possible. You cannot spend 300 million and sell nobody. Like, it still needs to be possible, but you need to make it work. So I'm not too angry about it. I don't see a risk. It's just normal. Like, you back your coach, you give him what he needs to potentially get this club back to winning ways, because that's the goal. Getting back to winning ways. You need to start from somewhere, and we start from this. You want the Chesney out? You want the Di Gregorio? You make it work right now. That's it. You think Koopmeiners is going to be a difference maker? That means you need to give up Huijsen, which I absolutely dislike. I cannot, like, and I like Koopmeiners, but we're giving up too much if that's the deal. I think we gave up too much for Douglas Luiz, because for me personally, I don't think Douglas Luiz was a massive need. Yes, he's a good player and ready-made, but I don't think he was a player. His characteristics was not what we were missing, me personally. But if Motta believes that's what he needs, fine. I'm still going to say we gave up too much. Like, if we're going to sign Koopmeiners for 35 plus Huijsen, we gave up way too much. That's a big risk future-wise. Until or unless Motta actually wins, then nobody will kind of moan about it. If it's consistent winning, not win one season like Milan and then drop off completely and flop. That's not really the plan. The plan is to be consistent and be up there every single year again. But that's the risk. That is the risk. But I don't think it's a risk in Giuntoli trying to back his new coach. That's just normality. That's just what you need to do no matter who the coach is. You need to back him in the best way possible. How finances allow you, how the market allows you, but you need to do that. Otherwise, it's just going to fail. It's going to fail from day one. But let's see. It's still early on. I like certain moves. I dislike certain moves, but a lot of rumors. So we need to see. But that's it for me. Like this video, subscribe, and I will speak to you soon. Ciao.